All right, well, Beyond the Gates fans, this is some sad news here. Sad news here, due to the fact that we're getting hit with a recast already. I mean, this was sent to me by several people yesterday, and I didn't think too much of it because when you get inboxes on like Instagram or Messenger, you get like a preview of like an article link, and when I saw that Keith Robinson, I'm like, hey. See, look, I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 91. So, yes, I'm aware he was in Dreamgirls and other projects, but to me, I know him best as Joel. You're like, Joel who? The Green Power Ranger from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, and he ended up marrying Dr. Fairweather with her fine self. But yeah, so I'm like, yo, we're going to have a Power Ranger and Beyond the Gates. I'm here for it. But as I read the title, recasting, who are they going to recast already? Is it Doug? I mean, it could be Doug, but nah. Turns out that look, I ain't gonna lie. I went on Twitter to get the reaction because it's already a trending topic. Like some backlash and fan reactions about the new face of the character of I'm sorry, I can't even get this out straight because the female audience love them some Dr. Ted Richardson, or as he's called with love, Turtleneck Ted. Turtleneck Ted. But yeah, Keith is going to be replacing Maurice Johnson as the character. But says here his first episodes are scheduled to air in May, so essentially we have all of next week, all of April, but then at some point in May we're going to get a new face. So this sucks, but as the articles say, recastings are not uncommon in daytime soaps, and that makes sense. And like I said, I'm not really an expert in soap opera genre, but considering some of these shows have lasted for decades, it only makes sense that at some point certain characters get recast because actors go on to new opportunities, or their character gets killed off. Well, no, they get killed off, then there's no recast. You just create a new character if you want to fill in that slot, or it's just one of those situations where it's tough and it sucks. And to be honest, I know a lot of people are like, why isn't Derek recast? Look, I don't have a problem with any of the actors. I've had some people message me say, hey Jeremy, I'm glad you're loving Beyond the Gates, but I can't get into it because the acting is meh. Like I said, maybe I'm going in it, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, just because I don't have the experience of looking at soap operas for years. But for me, I look at it as, okay, it's a soap opera, so the acting is going to be different than most of the shows I review, which are the Tyler Perry stuff. And let's be real, some of the acting in those shows aren't up to snuff. I'm just saying. And it's not at the fault of the actors, it's because of the material. Because you could see these actors in non-Tyler Perry projects, and it's like, wow, they are far and away better in this movie or this show than the show that I'm used to seeing them on. So there's also my perspective of it's a new show. I always try to give any show grace during that first initial season due to the fact that the show is new. The actors are finding the characters, not to mention the writers are doing the same. So as they progress throughout the season, sometimes you see or notice an incredible jump in acting, abilities and whatnot. So I've never been one to say, oh, Derek and Ashley are boring. I think they are who they're supposed to be. Derek is supposed to be this, straight-laced, loving, boring boyfriend. But then you have Andre, who is the potential love interest who can add some excitement to Ashley's life. But I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent that has nothing to do with Ted. But yeah, it's going to suck because I'm just sitting here like, man, I hate the fact that he is getting replaced because it looks like, pretty soon things are going to be cooking up between him and Dana in regards to their affair years ago. So it does suck because one of the biggest storylines is about to get a bit of a shakeup. Now, I know people hated it on Sisters when Jordan got replaced between season 6 and 7. But Keith, from what I've seen, he's a good actor. So, and looking at him, yeah, he does seem to fit the part. Yeah, he got the look of Ted, so, or Maurice. Yeah, I can see similarities there. But hey, you know what? I don't know why the recast is happening, but hey, it's just one of those things where it could just be different opportunities for the actor or something like that. I don't know, and I'm not going to start any rumors. All I'm going to say is, Maurice, you did a hell of a job so far. You're one of the most interactive of the cast with the fans. I mean, I love seeing the way people go back and forth about Turtleneck Ted, and heck, he's even watched some of my content and commented on it even before the show started airing on CBS. So I will say this, folks, let's not get too upset. And even though the recast is happening, let me put it this way. I think that we should put our trust in the casting crew, because if they chose Keith, they obviously did it because they felt like he will be a good addition to the show, and his ability to act will fill in the role that Maurice is leaving behind. So I know it might take a little bit of getting used to, especially because the show is just starting. But hey, better to rip the Band-Aid off now than like several months into it. But with that being said, welcome to the show, Mr. Robinson. And with that being said, I will leave a link. Well, actually, I was going to say I'd leave a link to the Deadline article, but literally it's like 3 paragraphs long. And the first paragraph just basically says, hey, he's taking over the role of Dr. Ted Richardson. So with that being said, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video. But I will say this much, to end it up. It does kind of suck that in the lull, because we had a shortened week of Beyond the Gates due to March Madness, that, everybody said like, oh man, there's no Beyond the Gates Thursday, there's no Beyond the Gates Friday. And then they hit us with a curveball during the brief hiatus period. So that kind of sucks. Okay, well, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you all later.